Good. How are you? Test one, two. Test one, two. Let's see what we got for audio here. Test one, yep, two. We have audio. Hey, y'all. I'm just waiting for a few more people to get the live notification, and we'll get this show on the road. Hope everyone is doing well this morning. All right. Looks like notifications are going out and people are jumping on. So good late morning, everyone. This is Bridget with Horse Auctions USA, and we are coming to you live from Oak Grove, Kentucky for the Casino Classic today. So Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel at the new Equestrian Center is where this sale is held, and we are looking forward to a great afternoon with some fantastic horses and mules today. So I'm popping on here for a couple of reasons. The obvious one is to make sure that my camera and my mic and everything is working the way I need it to. But secondly, and probably more importantly, I just kind of want to talk to everyone about how to bid online, how things are going to go, and all that good stuff. So again, this is the Casino Classic Horse Sale. It is at Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel in Oak Grove, Kentucky. Beautiful, beautiful new complex here. We've got just over 100, 110-ish head, horses and mules. And I do mean all sizes, shapes, colors, disciplines, you name it. So this is a live in-person auction. We would absolutely love to have you come in person. We do have vendors here on site. We'll be selling, as you can see, you're looking at the ring now, we'll be selling some of those hides and rugs and saddles at noon. And then at 1 o'clock, and we are on Central Time here, we will move into horses. So again, love to have you come down in person. It's a great time, but if you can't, you do not need to miss out on all the action. We will be live with online bidding for the horses. We will not have online bidding for saddles and the hides and all of that. But at 1 o'clock Central Time, we will go live for the horses. So you can absolutely take advantage of that. And I'm just going to kind of walk you through. Right now, we're streaming on several platforms. So if you're watching on the Horse Auctions USA channel or on my personal page, you've probably heard this a million times, and this is going to be something that you can probably recite yourself. But for those of you over on Casino Classic or who are new and watching this for the first time or haven't used online bidding before, the rest of this you may find fairly important. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch your view, you guys, so that you're looking at my computer screen. So let me just change your view here. And now, now you guys are looking at my computer screen. So first and foremost, I want to tell everyone, this is the Casino Classic Horse Sale page on Facebook. And the reason I'm pointing this out is our original page, as happens, unfortunately, on social media platforms, succumbed to hackers. So we lost the original page and hence all of our followers on that page. And if you've ever had that happen to you, it's really frustrating and it's a long, tedious process to get the page back up to where it was and get it in front of the people that, originally followed it. So if you're watching this now and you're on Facebook, if you have not already liked and maybe shared the Casino Classic Horse Sale page, I am going to very nicely ask that you do so. It would really help us out. Again, we lost the original page, and that would be really super helpful. So again, this is the Facebook page. And on here, you're going to find previews to a lot of the horses. You're going to find links to the online catalog, all that good stuff. Now, for online bidding, two ways you can access this. And there is an online catalog, so you can kind of preview things ahead of time. And then it's going to be the same place to go and actually bid live today. If you are going to be bidding from a mobile device like your cell phone or a tablet, I am going to recommend that you download the Horse Auctions USA app. It is free to download on both the Google Play and the App Stores. Super, super user-friendly. You do not have to be even remotely tech savvy to operate it. I know this because several of my friends really, really should never operate any kind of smart device, and they can manage it. So if they can, anyone can, I promise. So you're just going to go to the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on which device you're using, and you are going to type in horse auctions with an S at the end, USA, and our little logo is going to pop up. And then you just click get or download, whatever your store, gives you for an option, and you are off to the races, good to go. Again, no charge to download the app. And it's super, super user friendly. This is what it looks like, and you can see it's formatted really nicely to fit your phone, right? For those of you who do not want to use a device like your phone, you want to use a computer, or if you do want to use your phone but you're not into the app thing, totally fine. You guys are going to go, I'm going to type it in just so you can see it, to bid, that's BID dot horse auctions with an S at the end, USA.com, okay? So whether you are on the app or on the website, the rest of this is going to be pretty much the same. Okay. The only difference is how the sales are laid out. So when you first open the app or you first go here on the website, it's going to bring you to our landing page. And as our name implies, we do horse sales all over the US. In fact, we have 2 going on today, one in Maryland and one here in Kentucky. So this is going to give you a listing of, upcoming sales. The one we're talking about today is the Casino Classic. And so that one is here because the sale is going to start just a little bit earlier than we do today. So Casino Classic, and you're going to click View Auction. And if you're on the app, same thing. They're just all vertical here on the app to fit your phone. So you're going to click View Auction. That is going to bring up an index, if you will, of what is selling today. Okay. So I've had people get to here and think that that's all they can see. Nope, this is literally just an index, okay? So if you see a horse or a mule that you would like to know more about, like let's say I want to see Ruby here, and it'll tell you if they've got a video. If you just click on their listing, there it's going to bring up their whole listing. And here's where you can go through. You can read their complete description. If they have a video, it's going to be the second thumbnail, right? So here's our first thumbnail, and you see these little arrows here. If I click right, the second thumbnail will always be the video if they have it, and you can click play and you can watch the video right there. And then any additional photos will be there. Okay, so that's how you navigate the catalog. Like I said, this is an index so you can scroll through. If you're pressed for time or you're looking for something very, very specific and only something very specific, there's a handy dandy little search feature. A lot of people miss this, so I always like to go over it. So if you are on your browser on the computer, you can either use search inactive here, or you can use this little search glass. Okay. If you're on the app, you just have the search glass. I don't know if it'll pull up on this one here. Yes, it will. There it is. So there. Okay. So that's going to bring up, that's how you find a search. So let's say I only want a mule. The only thing I want to look at. Perfect. I type in mule, and that is going to bring up a listing, each and every listing that mentions mule. Okay. If you're looking for a specific color, etc., a specific bloodline, that one can be a little trickier because it may not specifically list that bloodline in the written description. But just so you guys get the general idea, there is a search feature available. So that's kind of how to navigate things. This first lot right here, lot 0, that says sale information and practice bidding lot, I'm going to refer you guys to this a lot because most of the pertinent sale information is contained right here. Okay. It's going to give you all the basics, the what, the where, the when, the how, our contact information, all that good stuff. Shipping. This is a number one question for my online bidders. Shippers, yep, we've got them. Outlaw Transport is here on site. Austin Nix also provides some transport, general, Kentucky, Indiana area. Bessie Bell Farm Transport, they're not here on site, but they are a company we network with a lot. They're actually North Carolina based, but they go nationwide. So my point is we can help you hook up transport. All the horses do need to be off site by noon tomorrow. Very important. Now, having said that, fully aware that not everybody's shipper is going to be able to get here by noon tomorrow, and that's okay. You're just going to need to get with Scotty or Austin Nix, and they will help you arrange layover at one of their farms until your shipper can pick up. So we've got options. Just kind of want to put that out there. So now that I've said all of that, let's talk about registering to bid. So you'll notice under every single listing, it says register to bid. So the logical thing to do is going to be to click it. You can click register to bid under any horse listed in the sale. Doesn't matter. As long as you're in the sale you want to be registering for, any one of these. You can click here, here, here. Makes no difference. I'm going to click here. That's going to bring up this. Now, this is very important because I've had people get confused here. If you've never bid with Horse Auctions USA before, if you've never made an account with us, Do not put your email and the password you want here because you don't have an account. It's not going to find you. Go down here to the bottom where it says no account, sign up here. And that's where you'll want to click. That's where you're going to put your information in. I would definitely make sure that that is checked to get your bidding notifications, and then click continue and it will walk you through. I am going to go ahead and log into my bidder account now so we can go over all the bidding stuff. And I think it's this one. There we go. Okay. So when you register to bid, this is super important. When you register to bid, Horse Auctions USA is going to ask you to place a valid debit or credit card on file. And when you do that, we're going to place a $500 pre-authorization on your card. Very important. Listen carefully. This is going to save you a phone call or a text to me. This is not a charge, okay? It's a pre-authorization. We're just making sure you're a real person over the age of 18 with a valid payment method and some actual money on the payment method, okay? So what it's going to do is going to put a test authorization on there. And 9 times out of 10, your mobile banking app is going to send you a notification, and it's going to look like a charge. And then you're going to say, why did you charge me to register to bid? If you get in there and look, you'll see it's just showing as a pending charge. It's never going to actually complete. Okay. At the completion of the auction, that charge is going to disappear like it was never there. So again, not a charge. I don't care what kind of notification you get. If you actually get into your banking, you're going to see that it's pending, and it's not going to like get refunded, quote unquote, or anything. It's literally just going to vanish like it was never there. So don't panic. You do not have to pay with that credit or debit card. You can absolutely pay cash or check at pickup as long as you are doing so before noon tomorrow. So we just, again, scammers are everywhere. We are not immune from them. So we have to do that. It's unfortunate. Okay, so that's done. Wonderful. Got your card. You're good to go. Now I want to show you, see how this has changed? Now instead of telling me to register to bid, it's asking me if I want to bid. Also very important, and I want to make sure everyone sees this. You see how it says my name up here now? It is a very, very good practice to get into that every time you log into your app or you go to the website, the first thing you do is look here and make sure you see your name. Why? Let's just say you're registered to bid and you didn't select for this to keep you logged in, right? And so you registered to bid and you've been watching this horse and that's the one you want and you're ready. And you get on here this afternoon and that horse comes in the ring and you go to bid, but you can't because you're not logged in. By the time you back out of things and get yourself logged in so you can bid, there's a very good chance that horse will be sold. And the reason I say this is I've had it happen to my bidders before, and it's terribly disappointing. And there's no do-over. It's a live auction. Once it's done, it's done. So just good habit. Save yourself that kind of heartbreak. Make sure you see your name at the top and that you are in fact logged in. So now that I'm logged in, the computer knows who I am. I can do cool things. I can star my favorites like this. I want to keep an eye on this. You know what I mean? And it'll add it to your favorites list. So you can do things like that. And then a lot of you are probably wondering why it says bid now, because we're not live yet. Well, that's because we offer you 2 different ways to bid. The first is to bid live. And so when we're live today, you're going to come here and you see how this says view live. You're going to click on that first lot. You're going to click view live. Obviously, it says we're not active right now because, we're not. But when we are, that's going to bring the live feed up right here. You'll have real-time audio and video. There's no delay on our end. And then you'll have these bid buttons. And this number that's on the bid button is going to change with what the auctioneer is asking for. So, 1,000, 1,250, 1,500, 17.5, 2,000, etc. So it's going to, I know some people have a hard time following an auctioneer, and I totally understand that. That's fine. If you're one of those people, don't stress. I will keep up with the auctioneer, okay? And this number that you see on this little bid button, that's going to be the number he's asking for. So you just worry about what that says, all right? Don't be worrying if you can't follow him. I've got you. My job is to stay with him so you guys know where the bid is at. So when you're watching live, this is very important. Okay, yep, I want to bid on this horse, right? So I'm going to click bid. But I haven't bid yet. And this is very, very important when we're live today, guys. So if you're going to be bidding live today, pay attention to this part. I'm going to see how it says confirm bid. I have to click again, right? That's to prevent accidental bidding. Never a good thing. We don't want any of that. So you need to click twice. So when it says confirm bid, you got to click again. Now it's very clear that I am the high bidder on this lot. It's turned colors. It's changed to green. There's little stars and it tells me, hey, you're the high bidder. Okay, that's how you know. When we're live today and you guys are bidding, I'm going to say to you, yeah, you'll hear me say, yep, Sarah, I'm with you. And then the floor bids and I'll say, Sarah, you're out. Okay. So I'll be talking to you guys. So that's really kind of an important thing about the live. But back to that, why does it say you can bid now? Well, just like eBay, you can place absentee bids. There's lots of reasons that you may not want to bid live today, or you may not be able to bid live today. I'm going to go over all of them because sometimes people don't think about these things. So the most obvious reason you might not be able to bid live today is maybe you have to work and your boss doesn't want you buying horses on company time. Can't really argue with that. Maybe you got a family function. Maybe your kid's got some sort of sporting event. Whatever. You've got something that's going to keep you from bidding live. Um, Maybe, and this is the one that I want people to really think about. If you have horses, then you probably live in rural America. And in rural America, we often don't have the very best internet. I said earlier, our internet here will have no delay, and that is true. However, I have no control over what kind of delay you may have on your end. So if you are in rural America with spotty internet service, you might want to think about this option, because if there's a delay on your end and your bid comes in after the auctioneer says sold, there's nothing I can do. Once he says sold, that's it. That's all. Next horse. Okay. So you know your internet where you live. Think about that. Or if you're going to be traveling and driving, like I drove, 6.5 hours here today and went through some areas where my service was really doggy. So, unless you know exactly where you're going to be with your mobile device, and that you've got, fantastic service, again, think about that. The other scenario that people often don't think about is if you are a person who finds big decisions under pressure really, really taxing, and you have trouble with that, and if this applies to you, you might want to think about this, and here's why. Auctions are very fast paced, and for a lot of normal, and by normal I mean people who don't do what I do in one of these every weekend, auctions aren't something you do every day, so they're fast, and not something they're accustomed to, and the auctioneer is doing his chant, and there's a lot going on, and things are moving at a pretty rapid pace. I've had people freeze, like they think they're ready and then they're not. So if that sounds like it might apply to you, then again, you might want to think about this option. So how does this work? You're going to shop your horse, and I'm going to use the practice lot because that's why it's here. And I'm going to encourage you guys to do the same. Place all the little bids you want here on this lot only, this lot 0 practice lot. No harm, no foul. Bid whatever you want because it doesn't count. It's for practice. So you see how next to the bid here, it's got a little drop down arrow. If you click on that, it says create a max bid. That's going to let you put your maximum bid in there, and then the computer is going to do the work for you. I'm going to go ahead and use a small maximum bid because I would like you guys to get in here and play with this and knock me out. So I'm going to put, I've thought about this. This is the absolute most I want to spend on this horse. That's the number I'm going to put in there, and I'm going to click place max bid. I want to show you guys what happens. You see how the number didn't change? Because I was already the high bidder. I've had people be afraid to put their maximum bid in there because they're afraid the computer's just going to grab that and run with it. And bam, if your max bid was 5,000, it's just going to start you there. It is not going to do that. When you use this option, the computer becomes your agent. Its job is to bid on your behalf and get you the horse for the lowest possible amount. That means the computer is only going to bid on your behalf by the lowest increment available to keep you in the lead, right? So if your maximum is 5,000 and bidding winds out at 3,500, good to go. You're golden. Okay. So that's how that works. Don't be afraid to use that. If you use the maximum bid option ahead of time, and a horse comes in the ring today and they're like, by the way, he cribs when he's stalled, or that horse comes in and he's visibly lame, and it doesn't say anything about this horse, having a gait abnormality. If something happens, if something is observed or announced when they come in the ring that changes the information that was available to you when you placed that bid, I'm going to knock your bid out of there because that changed the game, right? The playing field is no longer level between you and the bidders who are here on site. So definitely an important little piece of information. So that's the scoop, guys. Those are all the basics. A few final notes. Bidder registration is open now. I'm going to encourage you to register to bid before the sale starts. And that way, if you run into any difficulty, one of us is freed up to help you. I'm very fortunate today. Victoria with Horse Auctions USA is also here. So there's 2 of us to field calls. But a lot of times, we're hung up. Like you guys are going to hear me yammering on all afternoon reading about horses. And so while I'm reading pedigrees and running the internet, I cannot answer my phone. So for that reason, I would encourage you to register prior to the start of the sale. That way, if you do hit a snag, I can help you. I'm going to give you our phone numbers in case you need us. You can register in the middle of the sale. We'll register lots of people while the sale is going on today. So you, of course, can do that. Just be aware that it might be a little bit of time before one of us can get back to you if you've got a question at that point. So again, my name is Bridget. My cell is 336-904-8903. Texting is usually the easiest because my phone tends to go off nonstop, and a lot of times I'm just not able to grab a call. But you absolutely can try to call. I will do my very best to answer. And then the other phone number I want you guys to take note of is Victoria. Her number is 828-368-1263. So for online bidding questions, it's going to be one of the two of us that you want to reach out to. Okay. So I want to thank you guys. Again, we'll be live starting 1 o'clock. That is Central Standard Time. And one last reminder for those of you who maybe chimed in late, please don't forget to pop on over to the Casino Classic Horse Sale Facebook page. Give us a like, and if you don't mind, give us a share so we can kind of regain all of the folks that we had before the hackers took us out of the game. Thanks, you guys. I hope you are having a wonderful Saturday, and we'll be back 1 o'clock.